Good day everyone, I am Zandra Kimpi Partosa, a third year's BS and English student. Today, I am going to discuss the key characteristics of a teacher leader. Okay, so before we proceed to the proper discussion, let us first have our objectives. So by the end of this discussion, the viewers or the learners will be able to recognize the key characteristics of a teacher leader, display key characteristics of a teacher leader through role-playing, and third, demonstrate a positive increase in attitude towards group mates as an internalization of the characteristics of teacher leaders in making group reports. Now, to begin with our proper discussion, let us first start it with a quote. So, someone said that a good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way of others. Again, this is a quote from Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. So, school and classroom development initiatives are widened and sustained by teacher leaders who impart their specific knowledge, experience, and expertise to other teachers. So, teacher leaders can turn classrooms into learning laboratories where each student is actively engaged in meaningful and well-designed curricula. Every teacher embraces the use of more effective teaching practices and genuine assessments which shows rich student learning. Now, this discussion outlines 4 characteristics of teacher leaders. First, a commitment to student learning. Second, the value of empowerment. Third, relationship. And fourth, teamwork. Now, the idea of teacher leadership is not new. We all know that. Instead, the need of teacher leaders to assist in enhancing the K-12 educational system has been around for close to 50 years. The authors Silva, Gimbert, and Nolan in 2000 distinguish 3 stages in the evolution of teacher leadership. In accordance with this definition of teacher leadership, teacher leaders would slide the doors open to collaborate with other educators, talk about shared issues, share strategies for various learning scenarios, investigate ways to get around structural limitations such as lack of time, space, resources, strict policies, or look into motivational techniques to get students more involved in their studies. This is according to Silva et al. In 2000. Now, a top priority should be to give teachers the leadership skills they need to become mentors, instructional coaches, and facilitators in a variety of contexts. The knowledge of all teachers, but notably teacher leaders, is required to support each school in fulfilling its objectives and to rekindle and enhance their professionalism and the professional contributions of teachers. Now, it says here that everyone who works in, attends, or leads the school places a strong emphasis on the teaching staff effectiveness as the key to student learning. Now, because each teacher leader emphasizes a focus on students, collaborative work with instructors, and a dedication to continual learning, teacher leaders are an excellent resource in this situation. Katzenmeyer and Moeller in 2000 emphasized the role of teacher leaders in professional learning communities or PLCs with the overarching goal of student learning. The success of these PLCs requires principals and other school administrators to share power, authority, and decision-making with teachers. Another dimension is the identification of students' needs, followed by the development of implementation of instructional strategies to address these needs. Now, a supportive culture for PLCs requires time, financial resources, constructive feedback, and a recognition of improved professional practices. Now, for the next page, we have, as teachers use their professional knowledge and pursue leadership opportunities, their lives are enriched and energized while their students learn more. This is according to Barth in 2001 and Danielson in 2007. So, a key to this partnership is empowerment, which is discussed in the next slide. So, empowerment. Now, individual empowerment of teachers is a central tenet in teacher leadership. With increase of improvement in teaching and learning, resulting in greater student achievement. This is according to Yokbar and Duke in 2004. So, when principals empower teachers by sharing decision making, teachers become more willing to think divergently, accept responsibility for change, embrace opportunities to help all students learn, and solve problems collaboratively. Now, the principal needs to search for hidden teacher leadership talents and nurture these talents and empower teacher leaders to flourish. Principal must create time for teacher leaders, develop their independent teaching roles, give teachers a voice in decision, and foster opportunities to expand this expertise. Teacher leadership, to be successful, should not be extractional endeavors. Teacher leaders facilitate the building of relationships as emphasized in the next slide. So now we are going to talk about the relationship or the characteristics, which is to build relationships. Now, to optimally build relationships, Goldman, Buyatzis, and Mackey in 2002 suggest that emotionally intelligent leaders attract talented people for the pleasure of working in their presence. Teacher leaders possess emotional intelligence, which according to Goldman et al. In 2002, encompasses personal and social competence and demonstrate the ability to manage oneself and one's relationship with others. Now, the greater a leader's skill at transmitting emotions, the more forcefully the emotions will spread. The more open leaders are, how well they express their enthusiasm. Now, for example, the more readily others will feel that same contagious passion. Now, leaders with that kind of talent are emotional magnets, which people naturally gravitate to them. Now, to sustain the commitment of others, however, Danielson in 2006 states that teacher leaders need facilitation and group process skills such as listening, joint problem solving, and honoring other people's ideas. Now, Katzenmeyer and Muller in 2001 suggest listening skills encompasses focusing on the speaker without judging or formulating a response, using open body language, trying to see through the other person's eyes through empathy, and examining nonverbal cues and exploring words for meaning and feeling. Now, teacher leaders suggest Silva et al. In 2000 navigate the structures of schools, nurture relationships, and encourage professional growth, help others with change, and challenge the status quo. Now, they develop positive relationships through their flexibility, approachability, modeling, and expertise, and become change agents by helping colleagues grow and develop systematically through collective investigation and incorporation of research-based instructional strategies. Now, other characteristics for effective teacher leaders include listening to and honoring the knowledge and abilities of peers while emphasizing that it takes an entire school community to transform the learning environment into one that nurtures all students. Okay, so that's it for the relationship. Now, let's move on to the collaboration, where there has been a general consensus among previous researchers that teacher leaders serve as a change agent inside and outside classrooms by improving educational practices or practice through working collaboratively with colleagues. This is according to Moich and Harris in 2003. So, as such, effective teacher leaders develop trusting and collaborative relationships. As Silva et al. 2000 conclude, teachers can only become leaders within schools when the school culture is clearly committed to providing support for the learning of all its members. Now, school can elicit full engagement of teachers and their leadership and capabilities through opportunities for skillful participation, inquiry, dialogue, and reflection, and this is according to Lambert in 2003. Now, for example, when teachers collaboratively plan the curriculum, talk about their instructional approaches, assess personal and student successes, and work problems on new initiatives, their students benefit. Now, teacher leaders facilitate this collegial process by modeling quality instruction, and collaboratively setting high expectations for all teachers. This is according to Kelly Hare and Davidson in 2005. Now, collaboration is deeply rooted in the campus culture. Classroom transparency becomes the norm. Teacher leadership again is characterized by several core principles. And first is advocating what's right for students. Second is opening the classroom door and going public with teaching. And third is working alongside teachers and leading collaboratively. Fourth is taking a stand. And fifth is learning and reflecting on practice as a teacher leader. Now, mutual trust built through collaborative activities is perceived as worthwhile, with each teacher's community's autonomies and voice validated and affirmed. Okay, so now we are done discussing about empowerment, relationships, and collaboration. So now we are down to our conclusion. So teacher leaders are best developed as they demonstrate best practices in the big three of curriculum, instruction, and assessment, shown an understanding of school culture as they initiate and support change and support the development of colleagues in a variety of settings. This is according to York and Duke in 2004. Now, teacher leaders find meaning and satisfaction in their leadership roles because they believe they are making a difference in the learning of students and colleagues, while receiving a recognition and earning professional respect for what they do and contribute. This is according to Berkey, Shelton, and Headley in 2006. Teacher leaders potentially can lead their colleagues to optimal performance levels based on a shared commitment to student learning, empowerment, relationship, and collaboration, or what Blanchard, Parizeau, Caro, and Caro 2009 describe as high performing teams. Now, the quality is demonstrated by teacher leaders such as integrity, commitment, strong communication skills, expertise, courage, discernment, focus, generosity, initiative, passion, positive attitude, problem-solving abilities, and responsibilities align consistently with those identified by Maxwell in 1999. So that's it for our discussion about the key characteristics of teacher leadership. I hope you have grasped some important information from our discussion. So if you do, just if you have a clarifications or questions, you can post it in the comment section. So that's it.